Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's a box that holds 2 jumbo tea lights, except I might possibly have forgotten to put them inside when I was filming. And I probably should have done, not when I was filming, when I was preparing it. Because if I had have done, the cats wouldn't have then chased my sample around the office and battered it. And it probably would have held itself together. But it's still really cute and I wanted to show it to you. It's the new In Good Taste suite. So this is a suite that has die stamps and all sorts. Oh, I've just realised I can show you the inside of the catalogue now, can't I? So page 122 to 124. So that is this suite. And our suites have been laid out differently now, so you get a good look at the paper and the colours that go with it. On the second page you get the stamps and you can see the shapes of some of the dies. You can see them up here. There is a single item code down here at the bottom that will give you everything, and then you get a little glance at all of the bits that go with it. So this is a bundle. And it says it here, Tasteful Touches bundle, and it tells you which pages to look on. So it's this one with the coordinating dies. Then you get the paper, which is over here. There's an embossing folder, and you can see the detailing of it here. And then there are elements, and you get a little scatter of them. So that's how our suites have been laid out now. They're a little bit different. They're a kind of a hint of things. This is a good example. So Flowers for Every Season's got lots on it. Again, you've got the paper down here, and then you've got the stamp and punch, in this case, stamps and dies, and you've got all of the detailing here. And then again, you get a little glance at the elements, so you can look and go, oh, where am I going to get those from? Where am I going to get those from? And there's more detailing on it. So the flowers, and it tells you to go and look at page 161, which is obviously towards the back. And that's where you're going to see the ribbons. So that's how our suites are laid out. But this is lovely. This is a nice, simple, gentle suite. And I'm loving the paper. So this is an old project. I made this one for my 4th anniversary. So 3 years ago. So I'm just 7 years old. 7 years old. I wish. I'm just 7 years as a demonstrator. So I'm going to remake it for you. Okay. So this one was done with Night of Navy and the paper from the In Good Taste suite, and I'm going Rococo Rose this time round. And you need a piece of cardstock that's 7 by 6 1/4 inches, 18 by 16 centimetres. On the long side, score it at 2 3/8, 3 1/8, 5 1/2, and 6 1/4 inches, which in metric is 6, 8, 14, 16. And then on the short side, score it at 3/4 inch and 5 1/2 inches, which in metric is 2 and 14. Okay, so I'm just going to move this out of the way. I do love this box because, like I say, it's two jumbo tea lights, which absolutely ideal gifting for people. And you can get scented ones. Mine are plain white ones. I think I bought them in a supermarket a billion years ago, but they're great. Okay, so what this is going to do, so you've got two thin score lines here, a fat, a thin and a fat. This is the top. So this is the top of the box. And I'm going to get my little snips. And those 2 little squares there, get rid of both of them. So cut straight down the rectangle and cut them both away. I've got the rubbish scissors. One day I will sort them. My phone is right next to me. Okay. Cut that away. These little squares here, wedge it. So again, cut the straight on the rectangle and wedge into the square. And again here. Okay. So that's our box cut. Now, we've got small little pieces of designer series paper, so I would strongly suggest that you stick these first. What I want to do before I forget is round the corners of this part here. So again, it's where you've got those 2 thin score lines. Why is that not going in? There we go. So, no, I knew that hadn't gone in correctly. Is there something in my punch? there we go. I got there eventually. Right, please don't worry about writing down any of the measurements. If you click open the description bar here, you will see a link that will take you directly to this project on my blog where all of the instructions, measurements and everything are. So I'm not going to read them out because, you know, it would be nonsense, but you need 2 of each. 1 for there, 1 for there. 2 for this top part, and then 2 for what will become the front. So one of these, I need to round the corners. This is going to be fun, trying to see if I've got that lined up. Yeah, not very well. I did this absolutely fine the other day. There we go. Round that one. Around that one. There we go. They're fine. So, I'm going to grab my snail. So that rounded one will come on this rounded part. This one is going to go next to it. And then the front and back are very obvious, so we'll do those ones next. Because they couldn't be anywhere else other than there. Okay, what is not so obvious is where you put these 2 panels. So you need to kind of mock up folding it up. And they are these ones here. So not near the top, but these 2 here. So those are the side bits. You don't obviously have to decorate every single side. I like to. Oh, I've just had a thought. This would be a great project if you hand stamped all your cardstock first, then you wouldn't have to be cutting out all these little fiddly bits. But, you know, there's really not very many fiddly little bits. Or you're not using much cardstock, I should say. Okay, so I'm just going to pop some snail on those tabs because it doesn't need a great deal of adhesive. And then my tear and tape, again on these ones that we've just put paper on. So these bits come in first to build up the sides. And then bring these ones around. And that's the box put together. And this time round, I'm going to put my tea lights in because, you know, don't want to forget. And then bring that round. And I've got ribbon this time. I did use 3 layers of the baker's twine that is part of. It's part of the Forever Flowers. No, for all seasons flowers. It's part of that suite, and you get 3 ribbons in your bundle. But I quite liked the white on this one. Oh, the I don't even know which direction that bow is vaguely trying to go in, but. There we go, decent scissors, ish. Right, there we go, sitting on the top, facing the wrong direction, it's all good. Okay, where's my Whisper White? So I've got some Whisper White here, and I've got a part of the leftover, oh no, that's the wrong colour, Bumblebee. Oh, I didn't get any Rococo Rose out. Oh, where's my in colour wallet? Ow! I just smacked my foot, my ankle. So this, my wallet, I keep all my scraps in. You can see I haven't really got very many scraps of the new colours. But yeah, I just keep, I say scraps, bits. I thought I had some cutter. Oh, I have, it's over here. I had some. Okay, so Tasteful Touches. That's my stamp set. And we're going to go with You're So Special. And there's my little, oh actually I might go feathers this time round. The feathers in it to scatter around it. I'm just grabbing a couple of blocks. I'm not too worried about how lined up it is at this stage. Rococo Rose ink. And then I'm just going to get my feather to go round a little bit. I'm going to be cutting off a big chunk of it anyway. So it's to give it a border as much as anything. On this one I used the little filigree type petals. I'm not so worried on this one. Okay, so here's my tasteful labels. And which ones do I want? Do I want that one? Or do I want, yeah, I think I want that one. Then I want one that's longer but thinner. Do you know what? That is what I used originally. Yeah, I'm going to go with those two. Scooch everything out the way. And then line that up so I get a bit of the feathers and all of the wording. And then my clear plate over the top. And I can put it all together now. And dimensionals. So I'm going to go centre with in the back of the white one. Position it over there, and then I'm going to go to the outside edges so that it will fit either side of my white ribbon, assuming I don't stick it to myself. And there's my project. Scooch that down a little bit. And that, oh, that's popping open there. Oh, that is my little project. I love it. I think it's really pretty. I'm enjoying the suite. I've used it quite a bit actually. It's been featured on cards and other projects. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.